Baldy Knoll is on the south end of the Tetons, right on the Idaho-Wyoming border, very close to Victor, Idaho. And so you drive through Victor, and then you find a parking spot, and then there's a well-defined snowmobile track, which takes you up the side of the mountain. It's not too steep, and so there's zero avalanche danger. And the first little bit, you run through some low shrubs and the isolated trees, and then you get into the tree line. In the tree line, things get really beautiful. The trees are very close together, and it's just very interesting, especially when there's new snow. Now, about 3/4 of the way up, right at the state line, you encounter this extensive aspen grove, and the aspen grove is absolutely gorgeous. All right, the very top here is Baldy Knoll, and that's where we're going to turn around and make our way down.
This is Baldy Knoll. It's a cold day, -15, I think. So we'll see how it goes. It's a snowshoe trip. First sun. It was a cold start. There's a really good snowmobile track that's making good time. But oh, that was cold. Almost like a tunnel underneath these bushes. It's kind of cool. I'm really liking this trail. It was kind of cold when we started, but once we got out in the sun, look how much elevation we gained in just a few minutes. Yeah. Well, that's Victor, and it's a beautiful day. I'm hoping for a view on top. Three-quarters of a mile in, and now we're hitting our first pine trees. So we're coming out of the sage and getting into the mountains more. 1.1 miles in, we reach a little plateau here with a clearing with a nice view of the area, and we have 2 gates to go through. It looks like you have to make a choice, but you don't. They just reconvene on you. Walking right next to this beautiful aspen grove, about 1.3 miles in. It's very pretty. About 1.8 miles in, we got a fork in the road. The right is slightly more travel than the left, but we definitely want to go right, so follow the map. Snow is so thick up here. Well, our trail seems to be covered with the result of the recent windstorm. I guess we'll have to walk around. The snow is deep here as we walk around that fell tree. I'd say about a foot of super soft powder. So we're out of the trees and into an aspen grove that has little pieces of snow stuck onto the branches, which are just lit by the sun. It is so pretty here. And the trail just keeps on giving. Okay, here I think a bird, that's a wing, and that's a wing, came down, grabbed the mouse, his wings hit the snow, and then took off. That's the death of a mouse. And now we are entering Wyoming. This is Baldy Knoll. It's not really a peak or even a nipple, but you can see the ridge line. It's kind of beautiful up here, and that's Bannon Peak. Maybe it might be fossil, but I think it's Bannon. And here's the valley below. This is our turnaround point. I love these aspen trees up on top. The view is quite interesting going down. Halfway down, the trees are so thick and so filled with snow. All right, we're coming out of the trees and headed into the valley. Trail's in great shape. This last little bit, we are absolutely flying down, taking big monster steps right into the snow, cushion our fall. It goes quickly. So this is Baldy Knoll. And the thing I like most about this particular trail is that the whole nature of it changes, whether you're going through thick pine trees or a tunnel of brush or an aspen grove or a high alpine meadow. This trail has it all.